Hello guys, today we're about the Walking of Dinosaurs remake. So if you did not know, the remaking Walking of Dinosaurs, it looks pretty amazing. But more humiliation for the Walt Disney Company, obviously, because this show looks a million times better than Fantastic Four CGI. I keep talking about how Disney continues to drop the ball on CGI and stuff because all Disney's competitors and also the BBC are producing way better CGI creatures, animals, characters, or people than Disney is. Walking of Dinosaurs, you had Sonic Free, you know, Godzilla X Kong and New Empire. All of those movies look far better in terms of CGI than what Disney was able to pull off. And I just don't understand what Disney is paying these $200 million on this Marvel swap, honestly. Okay, I don't know the exact budget for Walking Dinosaurs. Actually, just woke up right now. The exact budget for Walking with Dinosaurs. Yeah. And so they are spending 9.1 $10 million to create this. So this isn't. Oh, this is the original Walking of Dinosaurs. Yeah. Yeah, that. Okay, that's the original one or the new one? Yeah. Okay, that's the original one. Okay, I'm sorry. We do not know. I do not know the budget of the movie of the Walking of Dinosaurs, but they're making 60 minute is in production now. Yeah, they're reviving Walking of Dinosaurs as well. Yeah, but considering how great the CGI looks, it probably costs around a similar amount to the original, or slightly more. Okay, the fact that this looks way better than Disney, it's just absolutely embarrassing at this point. The only thing that CGI is looking worse. Why can't Hollywood recapture the CGI of the old days? But there's many examples of nowadays as good CGI, but all people want to see is Marvel swap and Disney swap because they basically Disney owns everything. But the problem is, Fantastic Four, and then we have the Silver Surfer. Works straight up out of a crappy, this looks awful. The CGI for this movie looks awful. And, 1991 CGI looks better than this movie, but no surprise, the Walking of Dinosaurs remake looks way better than this. No surprise that it looks way better than this garbage that he's putting out. Okay, and it's just this is just embarrassing for Disney. Disney got embarrassed by Minecraft as well. Snow White got embarrassed by Minecraft as well. It's funny, according to critics, Minecraft is even a good movie, but Disney just got sat on by the Minecraft movie. Both Snow White and Captain America was outsold combined by the Minecraft movie. Okay, that's just quite embarrassing. And I know the BBC isn't really too popular anymore. I'm supposed to talk about the British broadcasting service, obviously, as well. I don't know what streaming service to put this on, obviously, or to put it on Blu-ray and DVD. But what could just put it on a streaming service in the US or something like that. Which means I'll probably have to do the bad thing again. Like I think it was called Prehistoric World or something. I think they made a second season of that too, but that one also looks better, way better. Than I think it's Prehistoric Planet. But that also looks way better than most Disney movies as well. They actually gave it 2 seasons too, so way better than probably anything Disney has put out in the past 5 years as well. And the funny thing is, these are documentaries meant to teach people about dinosaurs and the way they lived. And basically, the style is very similar to, BBC Planet Earth documentaries as well. So, and the CGI in those TV series is pretty amazing. We already saw the Walking of Dinosaurs remake they're coming out with. But look at some of the models in this. They look like they look like exactly like real life animals. They would exist in real life. Okay, as well. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just embarrassing. Oh yeah, the entire miniseries. Okay, Prehistoric Planet miniseries has had an $80 million budget. But I think this is they'll tell you about Walking of Dinosaurs 2014. Okay, so the Prehistoric Planet has unknown budget, but it looks way better than this garbage Disney is putting out. Okay, and it's not just this movie. You look at Thor: Love and Thunder. You look at I put out the video for copyright reasons, just to show the image. But you look at Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange's Third Eye. Okay, the CGI in those movies just look awful. Okay, Deadpool Wolverine. Even I know a lot of people love that movie. The Marvels has really bad CGI, especially. Okay, and it's mostly Disney movies with bad CGI. Little Mermaid too. Okay, Snow White has pretty bad CGI, and of course I know Brave New World was heavily criticized for its awful CGI as well. And, you know, I just really don't know where Disney goes here because people say, oh, CGI is getting worse. And they only use Disney movies. Look at Sonic 3. I'm just going to use Shadow here as an example. They spent half the money on Sonic 3 and Snow White. Okay, Sonic 3 looks miles better than Snow White. Anything in that movie. Okay, they did a pretty good job at animating Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and Tails. Oh, wait, Silver's not in the movie. I'm sorry. Silver the Hedgehog is not in the movie. Oh yeah, Amy Rose is in the movie. So Sonic, Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy Rose at the end of the movie, and also Metal Sonic. Like these movies, they did a pretty good job on these movies. And the only reason the budget of these movies are getting higher is because they're introducing more characters. So they have to increase the budget to introduce more characters, obviously. But this costed more than half of what Snow White and Brave New World costed. Okay. Why does the Sonic... Like, always saying the CGI is getting worse. It's getting worse, guys. Oh, yeah, the Sonic 3 looks way better. Okay. It's not just the dinosaur documentaries, because but those dinosaur documentaries, they don't count. They're not movies. Oh yeah, the Sonic 3 came out. Okay, looks way better than anything Disney put out in like the past 5 years, basically, since Avengers Endgame, basically. And it's just this movie has way better looking character models and CGI than Disney does. Okay, and even like Godzilla, you can either use King Kong or Godzilla or any of the monsters in the movie. But the movie looks amazing. I watched the movie. The movie was an amazing movie. Okay. The CGI looked great in this movie. But it's only Disney movies that manage to have these awful, ugly CGI. Like the dwarfs. Okay. And Snow White. The dwarfs in Snow White are ugly. Okay. They're ugly. Same thing with a lot of CGI in Brave New World. It's just laughably bad. It's only Disney movies. I'm just noticing this as a trend. Same thing with Sonic 3. Like, Sonic 3 looks like... The Minecraft movie looks ugly, but they made it's on purpose, basically, even. Even in the Minecraft, like, it's supposed to be realistic looking Minecraft, which... It's just the art style doesn't work, but they still did a pretty good job on the models. It's just a Disney problem. I just noticed this. And Disney's going to continue to get embarrassed. They'll triple down on the woke crap instead of actually listening to people like us. Because, guess what? Godzilla, the guy, this movie, I don't, like, IMDb said the movie is garbage, but IMDb, IMDb, it's still more reliable source than, of course, Rotten Tomatoes was giving QEs a high score, but according to IMDb, The Last Jedi is a good movie, so they're not the most trustworthy source. Like, they really believe The Last Jedi is a better movie. Yeah, Last Jedi, a movie that completely divided the fans of Star Wars. It's on the same level of quality as Sonic 3. Okay, yeah, they're both Sonic 3 and The Last Jedi have a 6.9 in IMDb. Like, how the fuck does those movies are on the same level? Okay, when Sonic 3 is unanimously loved by the Sonic community, okay, by the Sonic fandom. And you can definitely go like Godzilla, like the level of detail on these models. And I know they use the same Godzilla models as like 2014. They just updated to look a bit better. But ever since the 2014 Godzilla, like all these Godzilla movies, even the worst one, like one Kong Skull Island, the MonsterVerse movies, all of these MonsterVerse movies have amazing looking CGI. It's just how is IMDb, no IMDb, how does Rotten Tomatoes consider, what score does Snow White have? I'm actually curious what score they gave Snow White. Okay, they gave it 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, that means it's considered worse. But how are they consider like the Lion King remakes better than this? Okay, all Lion King remake was and really the Lion King remake was really the last good-looking Disney movie. Like I hate that movie, but at least the movie CGI looks good. And again, they reused the models basically for Mufasa the Lion King, so it doesn't really count. But the Little Mermaid, why does the Little Mermaid CGI look so bad? Like Disney's just embarrassing themselves at this point. Okay, like I like people saying that CGI is getting worse. No, it's just Disney's CGI. Okay. Also, Warner Bros. Too. Sometimes like the Flash. The Flash was another one. Like it was just pretty bad CGI as well. It's not just Disney, obviously. Joker 2 had some pretty bad CGI. How is Disney spending $200 million on these garbage movies like Snow White? Okay, well, what was the budget of Godzilla X Kong again? X Kong, 145 to $150 million. That is almost half of Snow White. That's literally half. They really spent half of the money on this movie was spent than Snow White. This is just embarrassing for Disney at this point. It was just embarrassing Disney at this point, okay? And what are the groundbreaking Snow White CGI? Oh. Yeah, they were, like, okay, they're even uglier than I imagined. Okay, compare this to Sonic 3. Okay, they spent half the budget on Sonic, more than half the budget on Sonic 3 than this garbage here. Okay, half the budget on Snow White. Okay, then Sonic 3. Okay, Sonic 3 looks miles better than this. Okay, and of course, Walking of Dinosaurs, looks way better than this, obviously. And they could be spending way less money than they did than Snow White. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if Walking of Dinosaurs also cost like half of Snow White because it's a TV series, obviously. And also, I think every episode of that is like 60 minutes long too. That's what I heard. So that means there's then 60 like, okay, there are 6 episodes. I gotta do the math here. 60 times 6, 360 minutes. So I mean, okay, so for the price of 2 Snow Whites, okay, 2 garbages, $270 million, okay. Let's assume the budget for both Walking of Dinosaurs is like $100 million. $100 million, basically. So 2 for Snow White. That's basically 2 Snow Whites. And the dinosaurs in that entire show, judging based on the trailer, look way better than this garbage, this swap Disney is putting out. Okay, this garbage Disney's putting out. And they spent more money on this swap than Godzilla or Sonic or Walking of Dinosaurs. Okay, as well. Even like Twisters, like I know they spent a lot of money on most of the budget went towards the tornado in the movie. But that movie looks way better than Snow White. Snow White is an embarrassment to Disney, an embarrassment to Hollywood, an embarrassment to the original movie itself, the original 1939 classic Snow White movie. Okay, that everybody likes and everybody adores. Okay, is this how did Disney screw this up this badly? Okay, this remains to be one of the biggest mysteries in all of existence. How did Disney go this far low? Okay, and heck, even the Minecraft movie looks better than this. Okay, yeah, I'm saying it right here. The Minecraft movie looks better than the dwarves from Snow White. Okay, and of course we had to pull up this. Like even this looks better than the Seven Dwarfs. Like this entire movie looks better. Like I know people, I think the Minecraft movie is like one of the way, but even then, they still did a much better job than they did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Like they tried to make a realistic looking Minecraft movie with it still looks cursed obviously because it's realistic Minecraft. Like it's a 2D animated block movie, reanimated in real life. But again, Minecraft is a fantasy world. It doesn't. Problem is, it's very hard to make a realistic looking Minecraft world. But Snow White, they try to make a realistic looking Snow White dwarves, and this looks so ugly. When they could have easily just casted a bunch of dwarf actors instead of making ugly CGI dwarves. When Minecraft, Minecraft isn't real. Okay, like it's gonna be very difficult to make Minecraft into real life. Same thing with like Walking of Dinosaurs. Like we don't have a time machine. We can't go back that far in time to bring back dinosaurs. So we have to bring them back using CGI the best we possibly can, and that looks amazing. Same thing with Sonic. Sonic doesn't exist, so let's create a movie using CGI. Oh, that movie looks amazing. As well, I'm not comparing like animated movies like the Mario movie as well, but even like in animation, Disney isn't being beat with half the budget. Especially Pixar. I remember when Pixar was considered the gold standard in animation. Okay, but look at Elio and look at the Mario movie. Okay, look at both Elio and the Mario movie. Mario movie looks way better than Elio. Okay, Elio looks ugly. It looks like it has a beam mouth art style. It's already just disgusting. Okay, look at Turning Red and compare it to like the Mario movie or Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Okay, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish costed $75 fucking million to make. Okay, think about that. So half the budget of Turning Red. It's not okay. More than half. It's not just Disney. It's not just Pixar. It's Disney and Pixar. Okay, or Wish. Wish looks way worse than Puss in Boots. But think about Turning Red costed $175 million. Looks ugly. Looks disgusting beam off art style. Mediocre. For this day and age, of course, compared to like the 90s, it looks great, but compared to Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Turning Red just doesn't look that great. Okay? Like, they'll say, but the animation's a style, but Puss in Boots still looks better. Spider-Verse still looks better. Mario still looks better. Okay? Pixar was being outbeat. They were supposed to be the leaders in good-looking quality animation. Okay? Disney's supposed to be the leaders in CGI. But they're being beat by everything else. This video is just a huge embarrassment for Disney as a whole. Okay, Fantastic Four looks awful. Okay, it's not just the Silver Surfer. The Thing looks awful. Okay, that's literally the character's name. I'm not really familiar with the X-Men Fantastic Four, but that is the character's name. His name is really called the Thing. Yeah, the people who made up the original comics couldn't really think of a good name. They're like, we don't have Hulk. Walkman is already taken because of Mega Man. Okay, let's call him the Thing. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't call the Thing Walkman. Like that could have been an easy name, but don't worry, someone else already took that name. So, if you really think about the Thing, it's a bad. Like they could have easily called him Walkman. Okay, maybe the Fantastic Four would have been much more, more memorable if they called him Walkman, because he's really a man made of like Mr. Golem or something. Those are much better names too. I'm just roasting Disney at this point. I'm roasting the Fantastic Four. I know people like the Fantastic Four, but all the other names actually are pretty great. But then we have to what should we name the rock guy? The Thing. That's the name. That's a good name. Okay, that's a good name. The Thing. Okay, there's also a movie called The Thing as well. It's just a very generic name. Like Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man. Batman, okay, I know it's DC, but it's Batman. Superman, he's Superman. Okay, like, I actually don't know when the Fantastic Four was created. I actually gotta look up, when was Fantastic Four F4 comic made? Okay, it was made in 1969. Oh, that's probably why. 1969. It was made a long time ago. Okay, sorry, Fantastic Four. I apologize for making fun of your character's name. That's probably why it was made in 1961. People back then were not really creative with names and stuff. Pop culture was only thus created. Okay, as well. But even then, Walkman is now kind of already taken by, another character, okay, who is also known as Mega Man as well. But that could have been such an easy name too, Walkman or the Golem. Like those would have been very great names as well. The other names I think they did actually think about at least somewhat. Like Mr. Fantastic, obviously that's a pretty good one. The Rita Fantastic Four, Human Torch as well. Who's the I can't. I'm mad. That's stupid. I know her name, but like, what's her actual superhero name? Yeah, I've always told I'm not familiar with Fantastic Four. Like, that much. Yeah, but Fantastic Four. Um, yeah, Invisible Woman. Not the most creative name, but they took it first. So, you know. And really, if you really think about the Incredibles, it's kind of a rip off of Fantastic Four. If you really think about it, okay. If you really think about it, okay. Actually, not really. Okay, not really. Um, I'm just comparing the lady who turns invisible in and Incredibles versus the. There's also a person who can stretch very bad and a strong person, and a fast person. But there's no. But not okay. Not exactly. The fourth member of the Fantastic Four family, besides the baby, which is a baby, can't really do anything, can move really fast. So it isn't really an exact ripoff of Fantastic Four as well, but I find Fantastic Four and Incredibles have many similarities, basically, as well. But you can also talk about another series that has a lot of similarities, Sonic and Dragon Ball. Okay, there's actually a whole video about how similar Dragon Ball and Sonic are. Like, a lot of the things that came up in Sonic kind of basically ripped off Dragon Ball, which is kind of funny if you really think about it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. As well, I think they was trying to stray away from that because I think they realized, oh wait, we're basically ripping off Dragon Ball at this point. Okay. Well, I just can't think of some things that are original. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I think that is about this video. Disney is just being embarrassed as they always are. And yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.